Hello and welcome to our webinar. We are so glad you could join us. I'm Lucia Fernandes, and today we'll learn about the person page on Family Search Tree. This lesson will be available on YouTube and Facebook. Just look for Family Search Europe and join the group so you'll know about future events. The lesson handout will be available under Files on the Family Search Europe Facebook group. So the page person shows your ancestors' life events along with information about the time and place where the person lived. You can add or correct information, see and add sources, see and add memories, and collaborate with others through notes and discussions. So let's just show you how we go there. So in Family Tree, on the familysearch.org website, find the person on one of the tree views. So let's start with this person here. Let's just start here. So this box will appear on the side, and you can either click on the person's name or click here in this little person tab. Let's just go here. And this is how we get to the person page. So here in this top banner, you can change the portrait photo. You can view the family tree, watch or unwatch or follow a person, and you can see your relationship to this individual. Then we have the details. So in the details, you can add or correct basic facts. You can do research. You can see the change history in the latest changes. You can resolve possible duplicates if they appear here, or if you already know you have a possible duplicate, you can just go here to Tools and merge by ID, or look here for possible duplicates. And you can also print charts here. I'll show you this a little later. So now let's go to sources. So here you can see what sources have already been added to this person. You can attach new ones, or you can detach ones that don't belong. For example, you can just click here on the arrow and detach if this source is not in the right place. So now collaborate. So here you can leave notes and discussions about this person for others who use this information in the future. You can add notes. This little note box also appears in the details page, but here you can see the notes and who did the changes and when it was last changed. And you can just start a discussion with someone. If you have questions about this person and you have more than one people collaborating, you can help each other by adding discussions here. Then you can go to memories, and here you can see photos, documents, stories, audio recordings that have been uploaded about this person. And you can just upload new ones if you want. You can just click here and you can upload a new memory. And timeline. So timeline will basically show all the details that you've entered in the person page, in the details page, and that will show here in a chronological order. It will even show you the map of where those informations are. If you don't want to see the map, just click here and it will disappear. But the map is quite helpful to see distances between events. This is quite nice. So let's go back to the details. So here, let's start with vitals. This is where we put the information about this person, like birth, death, christening, burial. You can add gender. So regardless of where you enter the information here or not, you can edit this information. So for example, let's say you found out a middle name. You can just go here to the pencil. This is one of your best friends in Family Search. And you can just edit here. Last names on one side, first names on the other. Okay? Just pay attention if the language template is correct. So for example, this is an English name. So let's go find English and save. And that's it. This will help you when research help comes up with possible records for you to check. So it's always nice to have accurate information as much as possible. So, and here you can see here we have some exclamation points. This shows us that some problems may occur with this person's details. So here we have a possible duplicate child. And this is something that we will need to address when we do our research. So, but here we have a missing standardized birthplace. So if you just click there, it will show you what the problem is and where the problem is. But we already can see it here because there's another message here. So let's go back to our friend the pencil. And here we already see that something here is probably missing. So if you just click, this is all you have to do. Just lay your mouse in there and click, and this drop down will appear. So you will choose the preferred place, like the most correct place, but you have to choose one from here. So if I just choose here, because the one down, it's starting in 1845. And I already know this person was born in 1749. So if I add this, it would not be correct. So I add this one on top. And now see the message? Now it's standardized. So I can just come here and save. And look what happens. This message went away and here as well. You only now have to resolve the duplicate children. And we'll leave this for another day. So another thing you can do is, let's go here to last changes. Here you can see all the changes that were done. Here, see the change I did just now. The birth would change, and then the name of the person that did it. If you just click on the name, you will get some information. For example, I have this person here that did something else that changed a relationship in here. You can enable the relationship viewing to this person. You can add her as a contact, or you can just go to the chat and talk to this person. If you want to know more information, maybe you have more details than this person has, or you wish to find out if this person knows more. So you can just go here and you will always find more details about this. Another thing we can do is just down here. See, we were here on the vitals. We passed by research help. And we had the notes. This, whatever you put here will appear here on the collaborate. That was what I was talking before. Here you have the latest changes. And here on the left, you have family members. So this is where you see spouses and children, parents and siblings. Just don't forget that these little arrows, they close the information. So if you want to see it, just open it, okay? So let's just say you want to add a new marriage to this person. You could just go here, wait, 10 children, and you can add a new spouse just by clicking here. And you can also add a child with an unknown spouse if you don't know the name. So let's just go here. Let's just say that you want to add more information here. We already have a date of marriage and a place, but you want to add it. Let's go to the little pencil here. You can just click here again, and you can just edit the information, change anything. It's already very well done. So it's everything is standardized. And so there's no need for us to do anything else. But let's just say you have more information and you want to add an event. If you just go here, this drop down will appear. So these are the 5 options you can put to a marriage relationship. If the marriage was annulled, if they married during the common law, if they had a divorce, if they just simply lived together, had children but were never married. You can also put all this information here. I won't change anything because everything is really very nice. This is just for us to check. So these are some of the things you can do on a marriage. You can also do another thing. Let me just show you. If you go down here, you can add facts, add sources, and add notes to this couple's relationship. This, however, will only stay here in this relationship. The sources will not go to the other tab or the notes. They will just stay here. Now let's choose someone else that probably has more than one spouse. Let's just see who, let's go back to the tree. This is how we do it. See, view tree. Just click here. And let's look for this little symbol. See here? This means that she was not the only spouse for Jacob. So he had alternative spouses. So let's go to Jacob now, because we already found the example we wanted. And again, see, we have another exclamation point here. So the system will give you hints of things that are not quite right, and that this will help you make the changes as accurate as possible. But right now, let's go to family members. Now we have something different here. See, this set preferred appears every time you have more than one spouse. Okay, so we already know Jacob was married to Mary. They had 3 children, but now Jacob appears with another wife, Sarah. And they had 10 children. If I just click on the little arrow, all of them will appear. So what do we do here? So the system sets automatically the preferred spouse as for the first spouse. So, but let's just say this is your tree and your ancestor was not the first spouse, it was the second spouse. It's quite simple. Just go here, click on Set Preferred, and you can choose which spouse you want to be set as preferred. This is the spouse that will appear on the tree. Okay, so this is where you do the change. Just do it here. So just set the one that you prefer, just down here. So another thing I wanted to show you, this is like many of us won't be using this, but this is just a curiosity. Let's just say I want to add a date here. Let's imagine you have found out your family tree through kings of old, okay? And you have books and documents that show you that all the information is correct. So if you have someone that was born before Christ, you can just put this here. For example, you found someone that was born 100 years before Christ. This is how you do it. BC, before Christ, 100. See, I have this option that appears here. I will not use the one I wrote. I need always to standardize the place so the system in Family Search can help me find more records. And this is how I do it. And this will be standardized. You can also use, instead of BC, you can use BCE. This is before Common Era, and do exactly the same thing. The same result will appear. So whatever you choose to do, whatever you use, and this again, only if you have really, really old ancestors. So you can use this. Most of us will never get it this far, but it's just nice to know. It's just a curiosity that the system is prepared for this. And when you put, let me show you another thing. When you add a date, for example, let's say the christening was 30 of January, 1688. Do you see how I'm doing it? You don't have to write the whole month. Just the 3 first letters are enough. You don't need to leave spaces in between. Just put it all together. What you need to do is click on the standardized, the option. So this will save you some time of writing everything down. So just put it this way. So it doesn't matter how you do it, like 3 February 2020, for example. See? Just click here, the standardized place. When you put the place, it's exactly the same thing. So let's say this person was born in High Wycombe, for example. Now I need to find out the correct place. So I have High Wycombe, Australia. It's not the one I want. So don't choose the first one. Try and look at the best option for you. So now I have High Wycombe, Buckinghamshire, which it's really close. And it's for people born after 1801. So look at the date. It's before 1801, yes. So I'll choose this one. If it was before, I would choose the one below. And I just click there. This is how you do it. Very simple. The system is prepared to help us. And if the system doesn't have all the information there, the standardized information, just put the place as you know, especially how it was written in that period. Okay, let's just cancel. I don't want to change this tree. And now let's just check something else. Let's go here a little bit to other information. So here you can add a lot of details about this person, and this will go to the timeline, which will help us come alive, bring this person alive. So you can put an alternate name. For example, if you know, like this person had a nickname, you can just put it here. Or you know, this person was also called, for example, for women, we always put the maiden name. But of course, women are generally known when married by their husband's name. So you can put an alternate name here. She was Mrs. Randall, like Mrs. Mary Randall, for example, because we know that her maiden name was Mary Watson, for example. So you can add here. Maybe she was known as Maddie. Just put it here. She was Maddie. You can add, or Abby. You can just add here. And then we have the events. In the events, you can choose one of these options to that you know about someone. So, for example, we can add a residence. Like, for example, well, they married in Cork. So we can just put that in that year, the year of the marriage, they were in Cork. Now, for example, they had a son 2 years later. For example, 1690. No, this is wrong. If he was born 1688, right? 1710, for example. I can just put in 17 birth of a child, for example, and I can just add the date here, again, the standardized date, and I can just put the place. So in 1710, they were no longer living in Cork. They were living in Dublin, for example. And see, again, I cannot choose the first one because it only starts in 1994, but I can choose this one, like County Dublin. But if I want to be more specific, I go to Dublin in County Dublin because the date is in the average of the one that I want. And you can just add this, and this will go to the timeline. So you can just draw a map of your ancestor's life, which is quite nice. So you can correct information. If you have an event that is not related here, you just go to custom event and you can just add a title and put all the other information here. You can also add a fact. For example, he was a part of a clan. You can just put the clan name here. He had no couple relationships, had no children. If you know the physical description, race, tribe, you can just put it here, for example, physical description. It's the same thing, just put it here. And this will help bring them to life. And if it's another fact that it's not related here, just go to custom fact and create your own. This is really important because this is, although it's just names on a paper, this is about people that live just like us. So this is just pretty much how we bring them to life in nowadays. Another thing, so have you noticed that all these things are in this specific order? Like I have the vitals here, research help, search, other information, family members. I have it all here. But let's just say you don't like to begin with the vitals because it's up here. You prefer to have the family members up here. There's a way we can do this. Let's go here down to tools in my layout settings. And see here, it's really, really easy. You just drag and drop. So I have this, I can change these options here. I don't want family members down here. I want them down here. See what I did? I just dragged and dropped. Let's see how it's done now. Here, family members just came up and the vitals are down. Of course, if you're just like me and you like things just the way they are, let's just go back and put them in their place. And if you don't like these two columns here, you can always go to a single column. Let's go to my layout settings again. Double column, this is better. And you can see it all. So you just adapt this to the way you prefer the most. Okay, this is quite simple. Another nice feature that we have here on tools is the print options. So if you just click here, print options, see, this box will appear. Whichever you choose will open a PDF with this. So you just click on any of them. I will just click, but you will not be able to see it because it goes to another window. But just try it. You can do this for every member of the family that you want, and you can just give it as a present, as a gift for their birthday, for a special occasion. Christmas just passed, but we'll have another one this year. So if you want to leave this to the end of the year, just do it. Just open the details page of every uncle you have, every cousin, and just print a chart with everything you have and just give this to them. I guarantee they will really, really like this, and maybe they'll be a little more helpful with the information you lack. And just to end our webinar today, let me show you here. Sometimes we forget about this. The brief life story. So this is a life sketch that you can enter about an ancestor's life. So everything you write here will be displayed in the About tab here. So let's just go to the About tab so you can see how amazing this is. So have you noticed that we didn't have anything there on the brief life story? And yet we have a brief life story here. So the system automatically picks up everything you added on the details page, on the vitals, on the other information, family members, and he will just generate a text here. So if you have photos and memories, they will appear here. Here you have the timeline with everything about this person. See how it makes a great difference for us just to look at our ancestors. We have the birth, we have an historical event that someone added, that the system added here, like the pianoforte was invented when he was 11. We have his marriage, birth of children. We have the sources that are here. You can see spouse and children on the left, parents and siblings in the middle. And down here, you can see the meaning of his name and where it comes from. This is really, really a nice feature. I hope you use it because it really brings them alive. And they are a part of us, whether they're still alive or not. They will always be a part of us, and this will help us understand a little better of their life and maybe know a little more about their history and what life events uh, was going on when he when he was born, when he got married, when he needed a job because he had children. Just go ahead and play with it and just check everything here. And I hope you had a great evening tonight. I really thank you for being here with us this evening, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye.